The next U.S. president will be inaugurated on Monday, which also happens to be Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day in this country. Faith leaders from the Bluff City and around the nation will come together in Memphis January 20th for a unique opportunity. And to learn more about this pilgrimage, we are live with Reverend Dr. Keith Norman, the senior servant of First Baptist Broad Avenue, and Dr. Hannah Broome, who serves as Director of Religious Affairs for repairers of the breach. All right, so first I want to ask, it's just interesting, these two historic events happening on the same day. What do you think it says historically about our country to see Dr. King and the president-elect on the same?
So I think it's a very interesting day, very prophetic in our nation's history, that a moral hero that we love so much, especially in the city of Memphis, Dr. Martin Luther King, we would commemorate and look at his life on this day. And then a president who we know the history from one term before, some of the rhetoric and the negativity that he brought and some of the things that he stood for. These two diametrically opposed things are converging at the same space and time on this day. So we're just preparing to respond and not react. We want to be prepared going into this period of time.
Okay, and Dr. Broome, this is a pilgrimage. Can you explain what exactly is happening on that day?
On that day, we're having a prophetic listening of the inauguration, where we're going to listen to the words for the weary in this time, in this space. To prophetically listen to the inauguration, listen to the words, listen to the verbiage that is being used. And then also later on that evening, we're having an interfaith service of all denominations for a prophetic response to the words of the inauguration.
Okay, and the people that are coming, I mean, these are very well known. Why is it, can you talk to me, Reverend Doctor, about bringing these people together and why it's important and significant to have those specific voices here?
Well, Bishop William Barber, whom we know from the Democratic National Convention, leader of Repairers of the Breach as well, Poor People's Campaign, stalwart soldier in NAACP circles. He has had a voice and really his finger on the pulse of this for so many years. Dr. Alvin O'Neill Jackson, the former pastor of Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church, Dr. Rosalind Nichols right here in our own city, and other local clergy people. We all want to gather so that we're listening to the words and that we're able to interpret very clearly to the people of our city and across the nation. There will not just be a local audience, but you'll be able to stream this event from all over the globe so that we have a prophetic response. So many people are tuned out to this inaugural message and they're saying, I'm not going to listen. We're suggesting that this is the best time to listen. We need to hear what is being said so we will know how to respond. We need to know how to take advantage of economic opportunity if they should happen. But we should also know how to respond to the negatives or what we need to stand for when this president begins to say on day one, I'm going to sign executive orders, I'm going to do these things. We need to prepare people so that they know what to expect.
Okay, and Dr. Broome, let's talk about who you are hoping to see in the audience with you. Who's invited to come?
Everyone is invited to come. We want those concerned citizens, people of conscience, faith leaders that will be able to go back into their communities and say, you know what, these are going to be the moral actions to the inauguration. When we hear something that is going to hurt the marginalized, hurt those that are immigrants, hurt those that are refugees, hurt those that are economically disproportionate, we want to have a moral action as faith leaders, as communities, as concerned citizens to this inauguration and the words that are going to be spoken.
Okay, and Reverend Doctor, if you could talk to me about Dr. King's dream. How do you think it's reflected in what we are seeing today? And I almost feel like every year we say, you know, the dream, his dream is not necessarily reality, but in some spaces it is. If you could just speak to it.
It's something we're still fighting to realize. I mean, I think when Dr. King gave us this dream, it was for us to continue the work. He gave us a vision for the future where all of us can put our hands on something in order to have this vision become a reality. And I think in every generation, people have decided this is my part of bringing it forward. I work in the areas of health disparities. I want to make sure sure that Dr. King said something very profound in that area. He said, this is not a privilege. This should be a benefit to all Americans. We should all have this. And so I'm listening for what the president's going to say when it comes to things like affordable care and health subsidies and so forth. So all of us have a part in it in helping to bring this dream into actualization and reality for the common man.
All right, doctors, Reverend, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to your discussion on Monday in the pilgrimage.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.